Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall says 18 minutes past 10 on Wednesday night. Back with a couple for tomorrow. I had planned to go to Sligo yesterday evening, but I changed my mind. I decided to get lawns done and such things around the house. And people might have seen last week that Danny Joyce, who's a frequent contributor in the comment section, that he said he was spending his last few hours with his mother, that he was expecting her to pass away during the night. So I kept an eye on RIP.ie and I seen the death notice up on Monday. The funeral was this evening in Ballinrobe. It said arriving to the church approximately 7, so I got there about 5 to 7, and it's only about an hour and a quarter from here. So the remains was there. The coffin was just actually coming out of the hearse at the time. So we went into the church, there was the rosary said and whatever, so I introduced myself and he recognised me as I got close to him. But sort of the reason I done it was there has been a lot of deaths lately, and that was the closest to me and the only funeral that I could attend. So I said a prayer for all of the people that has passed away lately. Going back as far as last summer, I think Roy Harris, who's from Cork, he lost his dad. Then in January, Kev Keegs, I think he's in Musselburgh. No, Edinburgh. Well, Musselburgh will be only out the road. Plays a bit of music. Then Liam Hines lost his mother. Chris Donnelly lost his sister. And then Shane, his daughter passed away recently. The last couple of days he was hoping to get a month, but it was only half that, I think. So rest in peace, all of them. It's just I know all the names on the channel, and I felt that was something I needed to do this evening. So it's done now, and I'm delighted I've done it actually. Newcomers on the bus when we are mentioning Jack O'Donnell, James Fulton, Ian Pickering, that's Ian with an I believe, if I remember correctly, Martin Heaney, Patrick Gaffney, Richie Kemp. I think he was going to the Manchester United game tonight. Is it tonight they're playing? Jonathan Morrow, he's in Glasgow. Paul Martin, Harry's Hill, I think he's in the county down, up down. David Maitland Price, Sean P. And Sean left 20 quid as he boarded the bus. Fair play to you. Curtis Speak is in Yorkshire. Michael Doyle, don't know where I know lots of Michael Doyles, but I don't know where he's from. Craig Robinson, Russell Withers, Peter Rose, Martin Cass. Martin has been on the bus for 7 or 8 months, but he's very shy. He only made himself known in the last couple of days. Peter Brown, GEO, keep her lit. We will keep her lit if we can. Dana Winder, Brian Seary. I was trying to think, Seary is the Irish for, I can't remember the English name for that, because I used to know a barman in Humphreys in Ranelagh a long time ago, and his surname was, he used to go by the English of Seary. Seary is a West Roscommon, East Mayo name. I don't know where he's from though. Martin Ahern, Alfie Rowley, and Typical Libra have been recently on the bus. You're all very welcome. And we didn't collect a pound today at all. What a difference a day makes, as the song says. I thought for sure that Trolley Boy and Sanya Suki, that they'd be 2 winners for us today. The reason I was putting them in a Trixie Din was, rather than putting a lump on Shauna May, that I was saying that these two, one will have won first. If Shauna May wins at the third one, then you'd have the option with a short price favourite of getting a good payout on or a cash out on doing a Trixie and the treble. I don't know if I wrote up the treble last night or not, but that's normally the way I do it, and I cash out the Trixie part of it and let the treble run. York was tough today. We had Kevin Reinhardt in the first race, and It was, I think, 6th or 7th. I think Ryan won 3 afterwards. I missed the later part of the race because the bus came back last night fixed at about 11:30 or 12 o'clock. So I was on the road this morning again, full swing. Mechanic worked hard and fast to get it done. I can't remember the rest of them. It doesn't really matter. What's done is done, and what's won is won, and what's lost is lost and gone forever. Tomorrow, we have a couple of bus horses, and where will we start? We'll start in Tipperary. It's a long way to Tipperary. We have a... Where are we here? The 640. An eye catcher if ever there was one. But wait till I show you this. Alphonse Legrande. The owner is the Bet Small Win Big Syndicate. Are they followers of the channel by any chance, or is it just coincidence? If they are, we want to get this horse in on the bus and wish him luck. We can cheer him home. He was in England previously with Ed Dunlop. Then he came to... and he wasn't too bad. He was rated 72 initially. I know, it was 68. He went up to 72. Won a race. Moved to Ireland. Won first time out in Dundalk. Moved straight away then to... And I think he was in the same syndicate, if I remember correctly. Moved straight away then to Tony Martin. 2 runs and got America 92. If he was 70, you'd be expecting it to be 111, 110, 112 around that. So off he went to his first handicap hurdle. And what happened? This is the race now. This is him at the very back of the field.
Lady Riders National Hunt Series, the Connolly's Red Mills
very last
hurdle. Away they go from the first fly. Up front is...
We'll move it up a bit.
Called the Barman next, with Danza de la Luna.
Still last. Move it
Young
up a
Fort
bit.
Must Be Dreaming and Future-Proof the Rail.
Still
Caps
last.
off next.
Move it up
In
a
a
bit.
line is Dylan Lombardi and Fiona Fox.
On the rail and
As
last.
they return to their... Who's emerged from out of the
Still
pack.
last.
Must Be Dreaming, Tully Hope, Fort and Future. Inside written along as Tom's Courage. Tracked
Still
in
last.
by Call Me Rocky, and then Must
Coming
Be
wide
Dreaming.
on the right-hand
Turbo
side.
On the and then Future Proof. In between the final 2 flights, and it's Dylan Lombardi in front. Kicks for Glory now, followed by Call Me Rocky, Must Be Dreaming, Tom's Courage, Port Rashid next.
Coming with the white noseband and the yellow hat.
And trying to
12
stay
in
on
front
lane
row.
is the one we dream of, then Ricky Langford. Dylan Lombardi at the final flight, lands with a lead of less than a length. Port Rashid is throwing down the last challenge. Future Proof on the inside, battling it out. Dylan Lombardi and Port Rashid on the stand side, going to the line. Port Rashid edges Dylan Lombardi out of it. Then Future Proof, the one we dream of, never nearer.
Finished 6th. I think you could call that an educational ride. He got banned for 42 days. So he's back tomorrow. They're taking no chances. They're putting him up short. They're 11-4, 5-2. But which way will the handbrake be is the question. For the Bet Small Win Big. Thinking of that Joseph Burns had a grand touch yesterday he had just over 4,000, nearly 4,100 for Lucky 15. There were several fiver patents and fiver Trixies, and it was a great Bet Small Win Big yesterday day. Anyway, that's a win bet tomorrow, I think. And if it drifts out, it's still well enough handicapped, I think. On to York. We have 2 bus horses here. First one is... Actually, we have a few bus horses in this. We have our good buddy, Alligator Alley. He won 4 for us last year. I think, well, one of them was this year, wasn't it? He won 4 in total. He's in the 4-win race club on the bus. Last August on the turf, and then he won 3 on the Goo. So the 2 in December and 1 the 1st of January. All grand prizes too. And he's back down to America, where he won over 100 before. He's back down to 100. But he actually ran in this race last year, first time out. Didn't he? First time out last year. He did. He was behind Fine Wine. Did Fine Wine win that? He did, yes. That was the race. I actually think I tipped him up in this race last year. But when the dealing is done, he has Buick back on him again. Buick won twice on him last year. Or was it the year before? It was the year before. Buick is on him when he won in Windsor and in Goodwood of 88 and 93. And if you consider, he won for us of 90 in Ascot in September. The ground was against him then when he was behind Fast Response. We were on Fast Response at that day. But he's a 5-year-old. He's back to 96 again. So he's back down to America. That he won off before. And the last day, there's him here with the 2 from the left and with the yellow cap.
Behind these to Dream Composer, and then came from the dark. They come to the furlong pole. It's still Angle Lamb and David Egan in the orange have the advantage. Dream Composer, the black jacket, coming strongly. Prop forward is there, and it's Dream Composer at the 100-yard mark has gone through to win. Dream Composer and Dougie Costello has won. Angle Lamb maybe just second to prop forward when
he was running on nicely there now, not under a great lot of pressure. Were they thinking of this, setting them up for this race? Like, there's 18,000 of a pot. He's an each way bet anyway, at 13 to 2, 6 to 1 there. They're paying 4 places. So that's when the dealing is done. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There's one more. Wait to see what race is it in. Free Wind. I'd prefer to see Free Wind more cut on the ground, but it'll probably be good enough to win that. Assessment is a hot favourite in this race. Or Mike leanched out. Well bred. And 1 of 85, he's up to 91. But we won a few pounds the last day with Northern Express. 15 to 2 into 11 to 2. He's an each way bet as well now tomorrow. And he has won twice in York before. He won in July 21. And he won last June of 88. 88. What is he now? He's only £7 higher. Where are we here? I'm getting mithered. I have to back him each way. Many places. There must be 5 places in that, is there? He won snug enough the last day, and he's only gone up £3 for it. No, it's not simple, and the draw can be crucial. Isla Kai, that was one we backed a couple of times last year. Toshizu as well, but I'd prefer to have it a longer race for him. 9 furlongs, I think. Spencer. The Dante, wide open. Canberra Legend was impressive the last time. Passenger was impressive first time out. Epictetus Frankie. That is won in Epsom already. This race last year was won by Desert Crown, and he went on to win the Derby. It's always a good guide. But I've no idea what I'm going to back in it, to be honest. That Epictetus was second to Augustus Rodin in the Virgin Futurity last year. Has won then in it's Gosden. Gosden's the only one in it. We have one more. Change of Mind is money for it to sevens yesterday. It's 2 for 2 for Declan Carroll. Won first time out in a very good time in 59 seconds in Chester.
Just ahead of
That's him in front with the white head.
Towards the rear, just in
White
front
face.
of him is Paddy Bronte. Change of Mind in front inside the last couple of furlongs, being pursued by Erosion Risk. Silencer Claret Soaks now moving into third, out after the leaders. Down towards the last furlong they come. It's the white-faced Change of Mind. Silencer is pulled out, running on, beginning to erode the deficit. Erosion Risk is still running on under pressure. Change of Mind. Silencer is edging closer, but time is running out. And Change of Mind hangs on to win from side.
That was first time out, and he beat a 5 to 6 favourite. He ran in less than a minute, which is clipping it in Chester first time out. The last day then he ran where are we? This is him out in front in Catterick.
Mind with the advantage as they come inside the final furlong from High Ovation and Tawala, who's sticking to the task but showing signs of greenness. But Change of Mind is in front and is now beginning to forge away and is set to make it 2 from 2 and do so most impressively under Harrison Shaw. Change of Mind wins. Tawala was second. High Ovation.
He's actually a locally owned horse, trained in England. He's in the Hot Harem colours. So he opened 11 to 2, but he was 7s yesterday. So they're going for it tomorrow anyway. He'll be trying his best. So whether he's good enough is another thing. On the ratings, he's a couple of pounds to find. £9 with Rocket Rodney, but he's only ran twice. The rest of them has all ran at least 4 times. Pillar Talk 3 times, Silent Words twice. So hopefully he can do the business. I thought it'd be an each way price. I had him marked out at 7s yesterday. They would back him each way in 11 hard, but the money is down already now. But that'll drift tomorrow. So if it goes out to 9 to 2, 5 to 1, back it each way. I will see how it goes. Right. It's gone 10:30 now. Bash the bookies over and out.